Welcome to Our India News Hour. Phishing lures to look out for prospective customers this holiday season. The world will go into a shopping spree during the holidays that are coming up. That means it is time to grab your devices and credit cards for some online holiday shopping. So also criminals are preparing some not so festive tricks of their own. It might surprise you to see that a tactic as old as email phishing is still so widely used today. Well, that's because many people still fall for email phishing scams, as the criminals behind these attacks up the ante every year to make these threats more sophisticated. There are newer trends, like cybercriminals might claim to be charitable organizations asking for donations, knowing that many families like to donate during the holidays. The email might even include the recipient's personal details to make it seem more convincing. But instead of making a generous contribution, users find that they infected their own systems with malware by clicking on the fraudulent link. Scammers also tend to take advantage of current events to trick unsuspecting customers into falling their tricks. Like earlier this year, for example, when many users received phishing emails claiming to be from a government entity regarding financial support due to the global health emergency. Cybercriminals will likely use similar timely tactic leading up to the holidays, posing as famous retailers and promising fake discounts in the hope that a customer will divulge their credit details or click on a malicious link. As the e-commerce transactions are getting into deeper sectors with different stages such as marketplace, merchants, payment gateways, financial institutes, apart from the consumers, each of them can act as a vulnerability or attack point for malicious actors. There is growth of spear phishing attacks. Hackers pretend to be an organization or individual that you are familiar with and include a piece of content, that is a link, an email or attachment, etc., that they know you will want to interact with. Let's look into today's headlines in Our India. PM lays foundation stone of the new Parliament building. Prime Minister Narendra Modi laid the foundation stone of the new Parliament building and described the event as a milestone in India's democratic history, asserting that if the old Parliament House gave direction to the country post-independence, the new one would be a witness to the making of an Atmanirbhar Bharat. He further said, "It is a very historic day. Today is a milestone in India's democratic history, and we, the people of India, will together build this new building of Parliament." BSNL gets extension on unified license for 20 years by paying Rs 250 crores bank guarantee. On December 10th, the Department of Telecommunications signed an agreement with BSNL saying that the license shall be valid for a period of 20 years after the state-owned telecom operator submitted a bank guarantee worth of Rs 250 crores. With this, BSNL would now be able to provide seamless 2G, 3G and 4G services across 20 telecom circles. The license has been provided in order to enable the continuation of nationwide state-provided services such as voice telephony, national long distance, that is NLD calls, international long distance calls, that is ISD calls, public mobile radio trunking services, that is PMRTS, among others. Government has taken actions to counter the risks and frauds in the digital payment space. The recent guidelines by RBI on regulation of payment aggregators and payment gateways, which attempts to regulate in entirety the activities of payment aggregators and provide baseline technology-related recommendations to payment gateways. The RBI has also directed banks to introduce additional measures to secure electronic mode of payments like RTGS, NEFT and IMPS. Turnaround time, that is TAT, and customer compensation for failed transactions using authorized payment systems have been prescribed. India is the world's 9th most spammed country, says Truecaller. About 98.5% of all spam calls in India originate from domestic numbers. However, spam calls received by users in India have decreased by 34%. Despite a reduction in the amount of spam calls received, India still makes it into the top 10 most spammed countries. The data was aggregated anonymously from incoming and outgoing calls and messages during the period of January 1st, 2020 to October 31st, 2020. However, the study also witnessed telemarketing services emerging as big spammers, recording a total of 34%. Oracle relocating its headquarters from California to Austin, Texas. Many tech companies are going out of Silicon Valley and relocating offices due to the ongoing coronavirus pandemic. Oracle is the latest tech company to relocate out of California. According to a spokesperson, Oracle is implementing a more flexible employee work location policy and has changed its corporate headquarters from Redwood City, California to Austin, Texas. We believe these moves best position Oracle for growth and provide our personnel with more flexibility about where and how they work, the statement said. Adrosec malware attacked many browsers, revealed Microsoft. Microsoft has revealed that the browsers like Google Chrome, Firefox, Microsoft Edge and Yandex have been affected by an ongoing malware campaign at Adrosec. The malware injects ads into search results and silently adds malicious browser extensions and changes browser settings to insert ads into web pages, that is often on top of legitimate ads from search engines. Dubbed Adrosec, the newly discovered malware family that has been widespread since at least May this year, and the attacks peaked in August with the threat being noticed on more than 30,000 devices every day. Leading tech giants join hands to form new computing group. Called the Modern Computing Alliance, Google, Dell and Intel have joined hands with a few other tech companies to form a new computing group to address the biggest IT challenges facing companies today with integration from silicon to cloud. The collective mission of the new group, announced on Thursday, is to drive silicon to cloud innovation for the benefit of enterprise customers, fueling a differentiated modern computing platform and providing additional choice of integrated business solutions. Return filing defaults leads to 1,63,000 GST registrations cancellation. The Goods and Service Tax, that is GST authorities, have tightened the belt and cancelled 1,63,042 GST registrations in 2 months, that is October and November, for defaulting on filing monthly tax returns for more than 6 months. The strict action for not filing returns showing monthly summary of transactions is taken as part of a drive to improve tax compliance amid a sharp decline in tax receipts. Central GST officials and Directorate General of GST Intelligence, that is DGGI, have been on a compliance enforcement drive since November, focusing on frauds involving fake invoices. Besides, 28,635 other taxpayers have been identified for cancellation for registration for defaulting on filing monthly returns for more than 6 months as on 1st of December, the official said. Sophos deploys hotfix to fix SQL injection vulnerability in the CyberRoam CROS operating system. Sophos has deployed a hotfix for their line of CyberRoam firewalls and routers to fix a SQL injection vulnerability. Sophos took over firewall and router maker CyberRoam Technologies in 2014 and has been offering free upgrades to their XG firewall operating system since 2019. Sophos revealed that a pre-authentication SQL injection vulnerability was recently discovered and fixed in the CyberRoam CROS operating system that could remotely add accounts to a CROS device. Fake call center run by a brother duo for duping US nationals busted in Gurugram. An illegal call center in Gurugram Sector 61 was busted by the Haryana Chief Minister's flying squad and held 2 brothers. The call center used to cheat American nationals and charged $100 to $500 as service charge on pretext of computer security issues via e-check, debit and credit cards. The call center did not have any license issued by the Department of Telecommunications. The police have seized 2 laptops, 2 hard disks and other electronic gadgets for further investigations. COVID update. India recorded less than 30,000 fresh COVID-19 infections the second time this month, which pushed its caseload to 97.96 lakhs, while the total number of recoveries surged to 92.90 lakhs according to the Union Health Ministry data. To conclude, due to the current global health emergency and the desire to do more digitally, consumers will likely rely on online shopping this holiday season. To take advantage of this trend, scammers will probably send fraudulent text messages disguised as online retailers. These messages will likely contain fake tracking links, shipping notices, and other confirmations. But if an unsuspecting user clicks on one of these links, they will be directed to a fake website prompting them to enter their credentials for the attackers to further exploit. These types of hacking will continue since our dependency on the digital transactions is continuing. A top security expert says every organization and enterprise must know which documents to be digitized and which are not. It is the responsibility of every individual to keep their documents properly secured. Be cautious of emails asking you to act. If you receive an email, call or text asking you to download software or pay a certain amount of money, don't click on anything or take any direct action from the message. Instead, go straight to the organization's website. This will prevent you from downloading malicious content, from phishing links or forking over money unnecessarily. Rather, visit the organization's link to see and verify the URL, and it is always best to check directly with the source to verify our holiday shopping offer or track a package's shipment. So be cautious and stay safe in this holiday season. Let's wind up for the day. Please download the War India app from Google Play Store for the latest news and updates. Stay tuned. Thank you.